As we age, our bodies change quietly. The meals we once loved feel heavier. Energy needs drop, but nutrient needs rise. Yet most people don't notice until problems show up. In my decades of caring for older adults, I've seen this again and again. A loving child prepares a familiar meal, but the parent barely eats. Not because they're picky, but because aging changes everything: digestion, appetite, taste. Seniors need fewer calories but more protein, fiber, calcium, and hydration. They can't eat like they used to, not out of choice but out of necessity. At this stage, food becomes more than just nourishment. It's medicine, it's comfort, it's connection. Even small changes, a softer meal, eating together, less salt, can transform their day. So if you're supporting an older loved one, start with the plate. A simple, thoughtful meal can mean the difference between fatigue and vitality, loneliness and joy. Because aging with dignity begins with something as gentle as a caring meal. Many seniors eat less not because they want to, but because their world has quietly changed. Their dentures hurt. Their favorite meals no longer taste the same. Medications steal their appetite. And sometimes, the silence of eating alone is louder than hunger itself. But here's what breaks my heart. Eating less doesn't mean they're eating right. I've seen elders nibble on toast and tea, day after day, while their bodies slowly weaken from missing protein, calcium, iron, and hydration. The plate may look full enough to them, but underneath is an invisible hunger. A hunger for energy, for strength, for care. And the worst part, they rarely complain. They say, "I'm fine," even when they're not. That's why we, those who love them, must pay closer attention. Because what looks like a small appetite may be a quiet cry for help. And a simple, nourishing meal might just be the love they've been waiting for. When nutrition is lacking, it doesn't just affect the stomach, it affects the whole life. I've seen older adults who seemed simply tired, but were actually suffering from deep nutritional deficiencies. Without the right balance of vitamins, protein, and hydration, the body begins to slow down. Memory fades. Legs weaken. A simple stumble turns into a dangerous fall. A small cold becomes a serious infection. But here's the good news: we can change this. A carefully tailored diet built around the unique needs of aging bodies doesn't just prevent illness. It protects independence. It gives energy back. It keeps their minds sharp, their feet steady, and their hearts strong. That's not just nutrition. That's dignity served on a plate. In this video series, we'll walk together through the simple but powerful ways food can support healthy aging. You'll learn which everyday ingredients help protect memory, bones, and strength, and how even small changes at the dinner table can bring joy, energy, and connection back into an elderly loved one's life. But this journey isn't just for seniors. It's for the whole family. Because when we eat with love, cook with care, and listen with patience, we don't just nourish their bodies, we remind them that they're never alone. So let's explore together how to make every meal a moment of healing and love. As we grow older, our digestive systems quietly begin to slow down. It's not dramatic, just subtle changes that build over time. Food doesn't move through the body as quickly. Nutrients aren't absorbed as easily. And for many seniors, this means they struggle to take in critical vitamins like B12, calcium, and iron even if they eat what seems like a healthy meal. I've seen this so often in my years of practice. A family tries to feed their aging parent the same diet they eat themselves. Lots of leafy greens, a glass of milk, some lean meat. But what works for a 40-year-old doesn't always work for a 75-year-old. Their stomach acid is lower. Their gut lining is thinner. Their absorption is slower. And slowly, without anyone noticing, their body starts falling behind. That's why we must stop thinking of elderly meals as just smaller portions of a regular diet. They need something different, something crafted, something kinder. Meals that are gentle on the stomach, rich in the right nutrients, and made with the understanding that their body no longer functions like it used to. A personalized meal for an older adult is not about luxury. It's about survival. It's about dignity. And it's about giving them the best chance to stay strong, clear-minded, and independent for as long as possible. Did you know that many older adults slowly lose their ability to taste and smell? It doesn't happen all at once, and they may not even realize it at first. But over time, the flavors fade. A bowl of soup tastes like warm water. Their favorite dishes lose their charm, and little by little, their appetite disappears. But here's the good news. We can bring joy back to their meals not with more salt or sugar, but with nature's flavors. Fresh herbs like basil, rosemary, or mint can awaken the senses. Brightly colored foods, orange carrots, green beans, red bell peppers don't just nourish the body, they delight the eyes. Eating should be more than just survival. It should be a pleasure, a moment of connection. And sometimes all it takes is a sprinkle of fresh herbs and a splash of color to make the dinner table feel alive again. Nutrition isn't just about calories or vitamins. It's about love. It's about presence. I've seen elderly people who barely touch their food when eating alone, but when their grandchild sat beside them, even a simple bowl of rice became a joyful meal. When families cook together, when they eat slowly around the table, when stories are shared between bites, something magical happens. The food nourishes the body, yes, but the laughter, the warmth, the eye contact, that's what nourishes the heart. For older adults, especially those who feel isolated or forgotten, these shared meals become the highlight of their day. They're reminders that they still matter, that they're still part of something bigger. So remember, a meal made with love is more than food. It's healing, it's memory, it's home. A personalized diet isn't just a wellness trend, it's a lifeline. I've seen it change lives. Seniors who once relied on multiple medications found they could reduce their doses. Others avoided hospital visits altogether. And more than that, they smiled more, slept better, felt like themselves again. Because food, when thoughtfully chosen, becomes a form of gentle medicine. It supports every part of aging, from bone strength to memory to emotional balance. And the best part, it's never too late to start. Whether your loved one is 65 or 85, small changes made today can lead to brighter, stronger tomorrows. So start now, because every meal is a chance to heal. In the next chapters of this journey, we won't just talk about food, we'll talk about love, healing, and the small moments that keep families close. You'll learn how to choose the right breakfast to fuel your parents' mornings. You'll discover fruits that protect their hearts, foods to avoid that silently steal their strength, and easy ways to prepare meals that bring the whole family together. But most of all, you'll walk this path with me. Not as a student, but as someone who cares deeply, someone who wants to see their loved ones thrive, not just survive. So stay with me. Let's make each meal not just a source of nutrition, but a daily act of love. Let's rediscover what it means to feed the body and warm the soul.